Hello and welcome to Knitting with Trillemor. My name is Charlotte and I'm coming to you from Denmark. If you are new to my channel, I wish you a very and warm welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, I also of course wish you a very warm welcome. I hope I can give you some inspiration. I will be talking about knitting and yarn. I love to knit and I love yarn, so I've decided to talk a little bit about it in this channel. Today I'm wearing my Odda sweater. Odda sweater is again a model of from Valentina's knits. I have been testing for Valentina Bogdanova. Oh, Valentina, I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but I've been testing for a few years now. And last winter, late winter, I made the Odda sweater. The pattern was released, I think it was in April this year, 2023. The yarn I used is extra fine merino fingering weight from a Danish yarn dyer called Yarn by Sanders, and I've knitted it together with one strand of silk mohair from Ito Sensai. The Ito color was pale blush, and I am sorry but I can't remember the color of the merino yarn. What I regret about this sweater is actually that I think I have too much contrast in the colors. I think it gives a mild look to the yarn when you have much contrast, and I actually don't think that the pattern will come clear. It's more invisible than if I had two colors of yarn that was more similar. So otherwise it's a nice warm sweater. Actually it's a little warm right now. I think I have a little red cheeks because the sun is just coming in, and I hope the sun is not bothering you too much. But yeah, this one is knit on needle size 2.5 and 3 millimeters. I think that would be 1.5 and 2.5 US size. And it has this fine pattern. Valentina is very inspired by the Japanese stitch books. And oh, I'm sorry, but there's someone outside the window. No, sorry, I'm back. As I said, Valentina is very much inspired by the Japanese stitch books, and we have this little panel in the middle with what are they called? Cables. It's cables, of course, cable pattern. And another a little bit thinner cable panel here, and then the small panels are the same as on the sleeves, but I think it is a little difficult to see in this yarn. I will put in a picture of Valentina's own model because it has the most beautiful peach color where it's very visible to see the pattern clearly. So yes, that's my my knit for today, what I'm wearing. Finish objects, projects, what we should call them, would be, I'm sorry, one of them would be my Darya blouse. It's hanging behind me and I'm not showing it closer because the pattern has not yet been released. I have been testing it for Valentina again, and I think the pattern will be released later, maybe later this month or maybe early December. Actually, I don't know, but I can see in the test group that a lot of the testers are almost finished, so I don't think it will take too long. We'll see. Also, I finished a little Sophie scarf. I don't know if you know the Danish designer PetiteKnit. I think a lot of you know her. And she made this little scarf. This is for my daughter-in-law. She had birthday last Tuesday and she's coming home tonight together with my son. So I will wrap it up and give it to her. It's a new girlfriend she has, so they have not known each other for long. So I just think she should have a little something. So I made her this fine little scarf. I made it in cashmere from Langyarns. 100% cashmere. It's so soft and yeah, very, very soft as a cloud. It's beautiful yarn. Actually, I didn't tell you when I made the Darya blouse behind me. I made it in yarn from Woolissime. Woolissime is yarn dyer from France. I will show her mark to you. The color I used is called Ménerbes, and the Danish word for yarn, was gifted to me from Valentina. It was so kind of her, and I received it so I could do the test for her, and I'm very pleased about it. So again, Valentina, if you are looking, as I said, I'm very pleased. Thank you so much for your confidence. Another finished project is, or at least it's almost finished. I have been doing a zipper sweater. It's also PetiteKnit. It's for one of my sons. I have triplets and they have birthday on Sunday. They will be 24, and one of my triplets just loved. He loves when I will knit for him, and he wished for a black sweater, so I made the zipper sweater. I am almost done. I need to sew in this one on the back side, and then I need to sew in a zipper, but unfortunately I don't have the zipper yet. It's in the mail somewhere, it's on its way, but it's not here. And I won't have it because he will have his gift tomorrow. So I think I will sew in the ends. I will sew down this panel, and I will wrap it up, and I will gift it to him, and then I will take it with me home again so I can put in the zipper. I think maybe if I'm lucky I will have it tomorrow or maybe on Monday, but unfortunately he cannot have a full finished sweater tomorrow, but it's almost done. Very close to finish. This one is made in a blend of cotton and merino from Drops, it's called. Actually, I think it's Danish. And normally I do not knit in black. It's so difficult for me to see it. I don't like knitting in black, but what do we do when our children want black knitting? I had to. And I really think that he is going to be so happy about it. So that's off the needles. And the Sophie scarf is off the needles. Then I have made a pair of socks. Normally I'm not a big sock knitter, but I have a friend who designs a little bit. She has just released a book in Danish, unfortunately. If you are not familiar with Danish or don't speak or read Danish, but it's a very fine book with 8 different socks. And it's called The 8 Socks for Everybody. I have been testing the patterns for her before the book was written, and one of them is this fine one with a little pattern on the front, the top of the foot and the front of the leg. If I can show it to you like this. I hope you can see it despite the sun. The yarn is also from a Danish hand dyer. She's called Ullne Lykkepiller. And she makes so beautiful colors. And this is the other one. So both are finished and ready to use. Washed and blocked, and now you've seen them, so I can use them tomorrow. Yes. Then we have a couple of Danish knitting podcasters. One is called The Playful Knitter. Maybe you know her. She is Malene, and she is podcasting in English. She makes music. She's a music teacher and teaches children music. So I've been told by seeing her podcast. And she, every time she makes a podcast, she always plays the piano. She always has the play of the day, or what you could call it. It's the wonderful podcast. She knits a lot of socks, and she got together with another Danish podcaster, and the two of them made a new sock pattern. Oh, wrong back. It's this one. I think I will show you. It's called Back to the 80s Socks. And those of us who were young in the 80s, maybe, at least in Denmark, we know these socks. They look like this. They were very popular in the 80s, but it was, of course, commercial socks. But these are handmade, and I just made the beginning of one of them. I'm going to do the heel very soon, and the foot, and then the first one is done. But it's fun, and it's 2-color brioche, and I like so much to knit 2-color brioche. I think it's so beautiful. And the yarn is from It's Yarn, a Danish yarn dyer. This is DK weight, and I am using, yeah, a green, and then one with the pink and red and orange colors, and a little green. I will put it a little closer so you can see it. I think it's so beautiful. So I can't wait to wear them. Back to the 80s socks. It's a fine name. At least when you were young in the 80s, I think it's the right name. They could not have any other name than that. So I'm looking forward to wearing them as well. And if you haven't seen The Playful Knitter, I highly recommend that you find her. She is so lovely. Yeah. She told in her last episode that she will be doing a vlogmas, she calling it, during December, where she also will play some music, and I'm so much looking forward to it. That was the socks. Actually, I have another sock from the book I showed you before. I'm not completely done. I've only made the first one, but it's also very nice. And I think I will, maybe I should put my hand in it, then it's much easier to see it. Like this. This yarn is also from a Danish yarn dyer. She lives close to Isaiah's shop in Tversted, and she's called Unica Garn. This one has a little glitter in it, the yarn. I think it's so fine. I love glitter and bling, and it's just me. Pink and rose colors and a lot of sparkles, just me. I think it's so feminine. I know I'm crazy, sorry. Yeah, I'm looking a little down because I have some notes and I want to be sure that I mention all of it for you. Another thing on my needles will be the honey clutch from PetiteKnit. I'm a big fan of PetiteKnit's. She's a Danish designer and she makes such beautiful patterns and they are so classic, and I'm really a big fan of hers. And the honey clutch I will put in a picture, or do I have the pattern? No, I don't have the pattern. I thought I brought it. I did. I will show you. This one. Such a fine little clutch. I chose the green ones because my bonus daughter loves green and she's going to get this one for Christmas. I'm knitting in Sanders Sunday in this fine green color number 8236 it's called. And I'm knitting it together with Isaiah silk mohair, this one, fine green one. I really hope you can see it for the sun. The sun is teasing me a little. I don't know if you can see it. But it's beautiful green color. And when you knit them together, you have so much going on. It's so beautiful. The back. I have to tell you a little bit about the back because a while ago I saw a knitting podcast, a Canadian knitting podcast, and right now I do not remember. Maybe it's For the Fun of Knit. I think she's called For the Fun of Knit. I think so. She went to Holland, to Amsterdam, here in Europe, and she met with some knitters, and one of them has this Sunny Designs, it's called, and she makes these beautiful bags. I just love this yarn, not yarn, the fabric, and I thought, oh, I simply need one of her bags. So I wrote to her and told her that I have been where I've heard of her, and then I were able to buy this one from her. And that's the wonderful thing about this community with knitting and things like that. You can use PayPal. If you have a PayPal account, you can buy from people outside your own country. I think it's fantastic. You don't need to make transitions through the bank or something like that. You can just use PayPal. That's fine. And I'm so happy about my little bag here. It's so beautiful. Oh yes. And then on my needles also is the Stephen West MKAL, the Geogradient. And I started when it first came, and then there was all this talk about the sign someone saw, swastika, I don't know what it's called. I don't know. And actually my colors were not so obvious that I could see the sign clearly, but I understand that for some it's very difficult, and that's why I chose to go with Stephen and make the new one. So I made the new one. I'm not as far as I wish, because I have been busy doing these gifts and the sweater for my son and things like that. But I will definitely finish at some point. So I am knitting in yarn from Trolle, a Swedish yarn dyer. She closed her shop this summer, and I was lucky to get some of the yarn before she was closing. So this is clue 1, not quite finished, but almost. And then, of course, I need clue 2 and 3 and 4. But it's a nice yarn. It's a blend. The 3 colors in the middle is a blend of merino and cashmere and silk, and the darker one is yak and merino and silk. So it's very nice yarns, and I'm really looking forward to finish it, but it may take some time. So yes, that's also on my needles. The last thing on my needles I will show you is also a Valentina Knits model. It's an old one, and it's a very long time ago I started it, but I have been doing so many tests and other things that I didn't have time to finish. But now I need only one sleeve, so I decided that now is the time to get it done. And this one is the Nixe. I decided in my version to put in some bits. So I don't know if you can see them. Maybe you can see them for the sun. They are sparkling a little bit. It's small crystal bits. Yeah, I think I can. Maybe I can get them so you can see them. We have, looks like small water drops. I'm looking forward to wearing it. Down here, yes. This yarn is, I think it's merino and silk. Actually, it's from Fiber Passion from Germany. I think it's from Germany. Fiber Passion? Yes, I think it's from Germany. I think it will be so beautiful once it's done, and this one will definitely be first in line so I can finish. Yes, that's it. That's off my needles, and it is on my needles, and then I will talk a little bit about what I'm going to do for the next couple of weeks, months. I don't know how long it will take me, but new projects is coming my way. In October, I know October ended, but in Denmark we have this awareness for cancer, and I have been knitting socks. We have a Danish lady who has a yarn shop in a town called Esbjerg. Karin is the lady, and she has a yarn shop. Unfortunately, she also got breast cancer some years ago. And the last couple of years, every year in October, she has been dyeing yarn and making socks, where all the money from the sale will go to breast cancer. And I think it's such a good purpose, and of course I have been knitting these socks. I'm not showing them to you this time. I think I showed them last time, but what I want to show you this time is that in Sweden they also have this breast cancer awareness month in October, and Pillarstickan, is she called, has made a fantastic design for a pair of mittens. And if you don't know them already, I will show them to you. These ones. Aren't they just cute? I simply love them. They have those small little boobs, and the text, check us out, and of course you have to check your own boobs out once in a while to be sure that you don't have any knots in them or any tumors or anything like that. So I really like this statement, and I ordered some yarn. It's Raume from Norway, Raume yarn. This one is Finul, and I am knitting in these 3 colors. I can't wait to start. I think they will be so beautiful, and I really like this idea. And I like the idea that when we spread the word, we can raise money for cancer research, and I really like that. So I'm going to knit the October mittens. Okay, and another thing I'm going to knit very soon will be a new test for Valentina's knits. In the summer I gifted her some nice yarn from a Danish yarn dyer, Knitter's World. She has this beautiful mink and cashmere yarn, and Valentina has made a new model that is almost ready to be tested. I am going to test it in this color. Orange is the new black, and I can't wait to get it on my needles. One thing about this new model is that it also has beds in it. I love beds in knitwork. I think it is so beautiful. And I have been buying some beds and finding some beds in my little stash, and I really don't know which one I'm going to use. So I will show you, and maybe you can, if you want to, of course, you can write me what you think would be the best. So I found these ones. I think if I hold them like this, actually I think the orange ones or salmon colored ones are pretty good. But also I think, even though they are glass beds, I think they look as a little cheap actually. I don't know why it is like that. But then I found these ones. I thought, well, gold and orange, that could maybe do something as well. But again, I'm not quite sure that I like it. So I was looking through my stash and I found this one. The only problem with these beds is that they are so tiny, tiny, tiny small. I think they are only 1 millimeter, and I think Valentina uses 4 millimeter beds in her sweater. But actually I think this color is so beautiful for this yarn. I also found this one. I'm not sure about the color because the string, the thread they are sitting in is orange, so maybe it won't give me the right hint about what the color really is, because the orange maybe will color them a little, but actually I think they are pretty good as well. But also a little bit smaller than Valentina suggests. Yeah. The last ones I have are these crystal beds. I also think would look rather pretty. I don't know. I really don't know. I have so much doubt. But maybe I will make a little sample and I will try to knit the beds in to see which one will do best when I get the pattern. I'll see. But it's such a beautiful color. I really like it. No, I don't like it. I love it actually. I love it. And I can't wait to get this one on my needles because this yarn is so fantastic to knit with. In the summer I made the Merino sweater also from Valentina's Knits in this yarn. And you can find it if you want to. You can find me on Instagram. My name is Charlotte.Trillemor, where you can see my knit work. You can also find me on Ravelry if you want to. I put almost all my my finished projects on Ravelry. On Ravelry, my account is, my name is Trillemor. My username is Trillemor, like knitting with Trillemor. So you can find me there as well if you want to. You're well welcome to do so, at least. I'm thinking about what else to tell you. I went to Sweden on vacation in the fall holiday. We have, all the schools have holidays in October here in Denmark. And we went, my husband and I went to Sweden. And I bought some new yarn. I bought, oops, these 3 skeins. Beautiful green color, and I think it is a summer yarn. It is lavender, 100% lavender. I have never ever heard of lavender yarn before, so I had to try it. It's a little bit like, I think it's like viscose, a little bit. It's very soft, almost silk-like. Yeah, I think it's well, I guess silk is a little bit softer, but this one is close to silk when you feel it. It's a little heavy. It's a heavy yarn, but I'm very curious about how it behaves when it's knitted. But it won't be before we reach the spring again, I guess. There was this fine little yarn shop in Oslo. Not in Oslo, what am I telling you? It was Sweden, and we went to Gothenburg. Of course it was in Gothenburg I found the yarn. But I found this one as well. It is wool from Gotland, and then it is Merino wool. 50-50%. The color, this beautiful color, is called Victoria Plum. The woman who had the yarn shop has a husband from Gotland, and it's his family's sheeps they have the yarn from, the wool, the Gotland wool. And then it is mixed with this merino, and it is so soft. It's really soft. This one is 200 meters in 50 grams, so it's a fingering, but actually it looks a little thicker. It looks as if it will bloom when it's knitted. So I'm very curious to see how it will behave. I don't know yet what I will make of it, but I'm sure I will find something very beautiful. Beautiful patterns, because this beautiful yarn requires a beautiful pattern, I think. So I will go and look for something nice when I have the time. Yes. What more can I tell you? I've been playing a little bit with yarn dyeing. That's pretty fun, actually. And I made these green skeins. It's my first attempt at home to do some what's it called, variegated color work, colors. It's not solid, and I've used a couple of green colors and some brown colors. And actually I was thinking about a Christmas tree when I made them, and I was hoping, because I wanted to put some speckles in, that I could have a little more colors, but I think I made a little mistake. But I like them. I think it's beautiful. It's sock yarn, and yeah, it's actually pretty funny to dye yarn, and I can understand. We have a lot of Danish yarn dyers in Denmark, small makers, and I'm not doing this because I'm planning on selling anything, but on the other hand, if I have more than I can use myself, of course I could maybe sell a skein or 5 once in a while. But yeah, we'll see. It's when you're fans, when you like yarn and knitting, and well, sometimes it's a big hobby and it spreads, and you want to try something else. Actually, I've been considering a little designing as well, but I never got started with it, and I still have some thoughts in my mind about something I would like to try out. But for now, I just knit. But eventually, who knows what will happen. We'll see. Yes. If you have any questions for me, or if there's anything you don't understand, or if there's anything you wonder, please let me know. You can write to me, comment on this video. You are very welcome, of course, to subscribe to my channel. I would like that very much. And a little thumbs up, that would be nice too. It would be nice to know if anyone is watching. I have been podcasting in Danish, and I know I have some viewers from foreign countries, and I think it will be much easier for me to reach out to some of you. And I know that some of you are watching, some of you I have been testing with as well, and I am very pleased to know that. But of course, it would please me even more to get just a little thumbs up or a little comment or something like that, because yeah, that is what makes things like this continue. Is to feel that you have a community, is to feel that someone is watching, and someone likes what you are showing and maybe get inspired. I like to be inspired too, and I'm looking at a lot of podcasters around the world, and I think it's so fun. So of course I am hoping that I can reach some of you, and that you like what I'm doing. So for now, I will wish you all a pleasant day, night, or whatever, whenever you are watching. For me, it is Friday today. It's the 3rd of November. And in this weekend, we have a little wool festival or I don't know, it's called Fiberfolk. And I think it's not actually a festival. It's more like some small makers are getting together in a big building, and we can come and watch all their stuff and buy and things like that. And there are a cafe, and there is a place where we can meet and knit with other knitters, and I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, but I think that's all there is for me for now, and I will be back maybe in a month or something like that. So hope to see you, and thanks for now. Bye.